Hello and welcome to the North Point Yacht Sales Live virtual boat show. My name is Grady. I'm here in Annapolis, Maryland, and I'm joined by Andrew Scott of the Quantum Sail Group. Hi, Andrew. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, Grady. Thanks for having me.
Excellent. So what we're here to do today is to provide everybody some insight into a new relationship that Quantum has formed with the Hansa Group. And when I say Hansa Group, Hansa produces sails for both the Hansa lineup, the Daler lineup, as well as Moody. And Quantum has made a strong effort into helping support both the manufacturer as well as the end user, the sailors on board the boats, so that we can provide them with as good of a product as we can. Now, what I've always thought was pretty interesting is when you buy a new sailboat, one of the least expensive pieces of equipment on the boat are the sails. And at the end of the day, we're out there to be sailing. So I'm very pleased to have the Quantum Group join and help us make these boats a little bit faster and a little bit more efficient on the water. But not just that, a higher quality product that's going to last you as a boat owner longer. So we're very excited for this new relationship. Andrew, if you'd like to give us a brief intro to yourself and kind of the Quantum Group and what we're going to be talking about here.
Sure. Hi, my name is Andrew Scott. I live and am from Annapolis, Maryland my entire life. I grew up racing here on the Chesapeake Bay and sailing around and cruising with my family. So I'm very local and very native to everything that everybody's doing here in Annapolis. I currently am the COO of Quantum Sales, and I was instrumental in dealing with the Hansa Group in order to bring this relationship together. We were excited to be able to work with Hansa, as it is a very high quality brand, as Quantum is as well, and their values and their products really lined up with our values and our brand and our products as well. So we were excited to partner with them and be able to bring our brand and our value of products to Hansa, Daler, and Moody owners around the world.
Mm-hmm. We've already had the opportunity to deliver some new Hansa and Daler product that has the Quantum Sails on board. Right here in Annapolis, we have a Daler 42, which you guys have a Quantum spinnaker on. That was one of the items we were able to order directly from the factory. And then there is the Daler 31 design, one of the first ones here in the United States that is going to be here in local that the Quantum Group has done a lot of work on. So again, a great relationship both for local Annapolis and Chesapeake-based clients, but this will be something that benefits you whether you're buying a boat up in Mamaroneck, New York, or down in Texas. So we're really looking forward to it. Now, we have a little bit of information that Lauren can maybe put up for us about some of the different sail materials. I know that when I look over, let's say a Daler 42 or a Daler 38 order form, I can choose either the AC5 sails or the TP6 sails. And without getting too in-depth on that, that's basically just giving a buyer the opportunity to have a higher end cruising sail, performance cruising sail in the AC5. And then the TP6 is something that's going to be a little bit more race oriented. Do I have that right?
You do. And the TP6 is still aimed at the cruising. It just is going to be another step up from the AC5 in lower stretch and a little bit better performing sail. Correct.
Sure. And
so the AC, sorry, Grady.
No, go ahead.
So the AC5, what Lauren has up right now is the tri-radial version of the sails for the boat. They're built from a polyester laminate that has double taffetas on the outside for good chafe resistance. They're gonna perform better than the Dacron sails. They will last about the same amount of time as the Dacron sails, but overall they're gonna stretch less. They're gonna show their shape better and hold their shape longer in the life of the sail. The benefits for you in that regard is that when the boat's brand new, the sails are nice and flat, and they're very efficient. The boat sails fast; it doesn't heel over a lot because the sails are efficient. As sails get older and get more full, they'll tend to make the boat heel over more and not go through the water forward as fast. So, stepping up to an AC5 will help to cure some of those problems over time and over the life of the sails.
And one of the things that a lot of cruising sailors, even if you're a performance cruising sailor, longevity is important because this is not an inexpensive piece of equipment for the boat. So we want to make sure that we're getting a lot of value. And it seems to me the design, as well as from what I know of the Quantum products, you get a lot of value there, and it's still a great performing sail. So we're not necessarily just talking about getting an extra 0.2 of a knot at the end of the day. it's something that's going to hold its sail shape for longer over the life of the sail is what I'm hearing from you.
Yeah, Grady, for sure. We did not cut any corners with any of the sails that we're building for the Hansa Group. If you bought a sail from your local Quantum dealer as compared to what you get on the Hansa boat, it would be the identical sail. You would not notice a difference, because we wanted to make sure that, like the Hansa brand boats, that we are giving a high quality product that would last the customer lots of years.
Sure. And Lauren just put up a question for us that somebody asked. I'm sorry, I don't see your name here, but the question was, is this partnership across the whole Hansa boat lineup? Or is it Hansa, Daler, and Moody? And if so, when does it go into effect? And I think I can answer one of those questions. It's already in effect as far as I'm aware.
Yes, it went into effect on July 1 of this year. And it is for all three of the Hansa brands, the Hansa, Daler, and Moody boats.
And I would imagine that given each individual lineup, there will be slightly separate offerings. You know, you might have a different sail package on a Moody than you will on a Daler 30.
Yes, for sure. Yes.
And we'll be going into some of the Daler 31 design sails here a little bit further in the interviews. Hope that answers your question. And if you have anything else, please feel free to follow up. One thing I did want to mention is, again, there's a Quantum Loft here in Annapolis, and then us as the North Point Yacht Sales dealership. We are down here at our Walk the Docks event all weekend long, next weekend and the following weekend too, where we have products we can show you. The Quantum guys have put up some of their materials here at our booth, and we're right at Birch Havens Yacht Yard with the effort to show everybody these boats and let them touch and feel in a safe environment. So if you have any questions for Andrew or myself, we'll all be around and can get everything answered hopefully for you. And then moving on to the TP6 stuff, walk us through that a little bit, Andrew.
So this is our membrane offering. This will be a custom strung sail for each of the Daler, Hansa, or Moody lines, whatever it may be that you're working with. Again, like the AC5 model, this has a double taffeta sail, so it will give you good chafe resistance and good longevity. The fibers inside are a blend of carbon and Technora. So this will take a next step up in shape holding and performance characteristics, getting lower stretch again in these sails than you would in the polyester laminate, and able to, as Grady said, sail a couple tenths faster, but also with the shape holding characteristics, the overall shape of the sail is going to last longer than your typical stock Dacron sail.
And I think the strings are relatively easy to understand because we can see them here in the layout. But explain what a taffeta is for those that may not know.
So a taffeta is a woven polyester. Basically, it's a very, very light Dacron. So it is a light Dacron covering on either side of the sail. So it is a woven polyester covering that has mildew inhibitors in it and UV inhibitors in it that we put in order to make the sail last longer. The cool thing about the model that we're using for the TP6, it is a darker gray than the AC5 sails, but it is an opaque look. The way we build the skins, when the boat's actually sailing, you can't see the fibers inside the sail. So it looks like you just have a solid sheet of fabric, and it ends up giving a very interesting look to the sail, not being able to see the fibers that are running structurally inside the sail.
Sure. So you're protecting your investment with that taffeta and adding to the structure of the sail at the same time.
Correct.
Excellent. Well, I can tell you that, a lot of cruising sailors, we kind of joke sometimes that you can see a 30-year-old boat with 30-year-old sails, and they shouldn't necessarily probably still have 30-year-old sails. So our goal working with you guys is to make sure that have a long-lasting product, and I think that you're going to deliver on that very well. The Daler 30, if we can move into that a little bit, because that's an exciting new project. You guys have put a lot of work and effort into it, and that boat comes directly after what is a very popular movement in the sailing world now, and somewhat smaller boats in the 30-foot size range that are going to be short-handed oriented, or just a smaller crew in general, sailing with maybe 4 if you're fully crewed, making the sails easier to use. So walk us through a little bit about what that process has been like, because I know for all of us, including people in the industry, getting to work on a new project like this is fun and exciting.
Yeah, the Daler 30 project was fun. We were one of the launch partners with Daler in this project. It was probably one of the first things that we really did with the Hansa and Daler group, and honestly really solidified them wanting to shift over to us for what we did end up ultimately delivering for them. Their first boat was launched late last year in the south of France, and we delivered a brand new set of sails for the boat. These are a little different than the cruising sails that we do, where this boat is geared to racing, and so we're looking at lighter weight materials and different skin options on them rather than the 50-50 taffetas. We help them out by running their entire package through our design suite, which includes what we call IQ, where we're actually able to sail the boat virtually and inflate the sails, give them feedback on rigging loads and tensions that they need to do in order to set the dock up, this tune up at the dock day one. So we're able to give them some base tune numbers. So when they got the boat first launched, we were able to tell them that they should have certain shroud tensions and different things in order to get the boat set up perfectly from the word go. It all worked great. We had a couple of our guys, one from France and one from Germany, helping them set the sails up for the first time. Everything fit great. The boat got sailing. It was right into the boat show, like the Hansa and Daler group had hoped. We've continued to work with them with this class, and are excited to have this boat here on the Chesapeake Bay with our sails on it. So it was an interesting project, and it really kicked off our collaboration between Hansa and Quantum Sails, and bringing together the full strength of what the Quantum Network can bring to any project that we work on.
Sure, and having been a part of a bunch of new boat launches, I can tell you that the ability for a sail design group to have the first set of sails get hung on the mast and be a good fit and work well out of the box is a challenge, and a lot of your design software is what allows you to do that. So I know that's been a big investment for the Quantum group, and something that has really helped make the designs efficient out of the box. So
Lauren, if you could roll through a couple of these slides. These pictures were taken the day the boat was launched, and we didn't have any adjustments on the sails. So it was we were pretty proud of what we did, and the Hansa, the group, noticed as well. So it was really good. So this was day one of sailing these shots of these sails. They all fit perfectly, and we're off and going.
Yeah. Go backwards there if you can, Lauren. So probably the second to the last photo, if you don't mind, with the looking at the foredeck of the jib. A little further down. Keep going. Keep going. Let's stop there. That's perfect right there. So what we're looking at right there is obviously a mainsail and what looks like the inner forestay jib, which has the roller furling Velcro on it. Talk a little bit about some of the design philosophy and how modern rigs are set up that allow you to have an inner forestay and then maybe a larger J1 that you'd hang on at the front forestay, and then some furling sails or whatever the soft sails are going to look like.
Yeah, this was an interesting project because it is supposed to be short-handed, and so the ease of ability and to keep people off of the bow when it is getting windy and nasty. So that was a big consideration when the Daler when they designed this boat, and in part of our design philosophy on the sails. There were some strict class rules that we had to adhere to on sail fabrics and materials. So it led us down a path of the inner forestay jib as a tri-radial sail that is mounted with a cable inside it. As he was mentioning, the big white stripes on the clew there are furling Velcros. So when the sail does furl up around the headstay, the Velcro, there's opposing Velcros on the opposite side of the sail. So when it furls up, it will stay furled by adhering the Velcros to each other. It is definitely a new challenge in this spirit and in this line of sails, and we're excited to be at the forefront of it and bringing this to sailors and customers around the world.
Yeah, certainly. And then talk through some of the thought process behind the modern Code Zero, and just to expand on that too, I think some of the boats like a Daler 42 or the new Daler 38 SQ, even a Hansa, we're seeing these kind of cruising code zeros or more all-purpose code zeros that we see on boats. And that's, I think, something that even if you have a 10-year-old boat is a big addition that you can make that can really change your boat and give it a whole new life. So maybe expand on that if you don't mind.
Yeah, they're really great sails, especially when you couple them onto a furler. They're very easy to manage because you're just hoisting up what is relatively a light sail, probably about half the weight of your Genoa or your mainsail that's on your boat. So you're able to hoist it up easily. It is furled, so there's no wind catching it and blowing it all over the place. And it's all self-contained on its own cable and its own furler. So it just stores easily. Everything's there ready to go when you want to use it. As most people know, going dead downwind is no fun in any conditions on any boat, really. And even a larger spinnaker has a hard time in helping to control that. So these sails are really designed to be tight to broad reaching sails, and they will increase the boat speed dramatically over just the main and jib or main and Genoa on the boat. You're getting a sail that's 2 to 3 times in square meters in size, with relatively flat shapes, so they can still reach really, really nicely, and will get you down a little bit. They're not going to run like a spinnaker is, but honestly, sailing around here on the Chesapeake Bay in August, who wants to be running downwind? I know I'm turning on my iron Genoa at that point and getting some.
That's exactly right. And one of the neatest things about, again, some of the more cruising code zeros is the ability to put that up at the dock with it furled, head out, and then use it and unfurl it when you want is something that you can't say enough about, because the idea of going out while you're underway and having to hoist a spinnaker and then maybe lift the sock, this is just an evolution of making sailing even easier, though still providing more excitement and more speed.
Well put.
Yep. And talking through the Quantum Design Group and the Quantum Lofts, as I said, we're both here in Annapolis, Maryland, but it's really important that somebody who buys a boat that may live in the Charleston area, they may live in the southern Chesapeake Bay, they may live in New England, Quantum has a really good support up and down the East Coast, but then all over the United States and then into Europe as well. So maybe talk a little bit about some of your philosophy about how you guys like to take care of your clients. And the Loft here can do everything from a Dodger and a Bimini to a high-end race sail.
Well, one of the big things that we as sailmakers feel is that we are the stewards of this sport. That when you do go sailing and you do have issues, 90% of those are how to set the boat up and how to sail properly. And we really want to be there for the clients and for the customers to make sure that their rig is set up properly, that the sails are set right and are trimmed right and are tuned right. And we're excited to do that. We enjoy doing that. We enjoy getting out and helping customers and letting them learn from our wealth of knowledge in order to how to get the most out of their boat and where they're going. We don't want to be just there to take orders and sell new sails. We want to be there as a partner with the clients and with our customers for a long time and for years to come in order to make sure that they are getting the most enjoyment out of their entire boating experience.
Sure. Well, we're looking forward to continuing to work with you and the rest of the Quantum Group. I know we've had a long time relationship and have enjoyed it and are continuing to explore new ways to help clients get on the water. And as you said, we're here to support them and enjoying themselves and making sure it's a long-lasting relationship, but they're also an enriching and rewarding one. So do you have anything else you'd like to add or anything that I might have missed out on?
No, it was great talking to you, Grady. I really appreciate the time today. If there's anything anybody at any Quantum Loft around the world can do for you, please reach out. We are always available and excited to talk to you about sailing. Excellent.
Well, thanks again, Andrew. Appreciate your time. Looking forward to hopefully working with you on a couple of new boats so we can get here in the Chesapeake and beyond, and definitely seeing this Daler 31 design out on the water here in the Annapolis area, and the Daler 42 and a bunch of the Hansas that we have coming in are gonna be sporting some cues on the sails, so we're looking forward to it.
Thanks, Grady.
All righty, have a good rest of your day. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.